it. The 4 tanks fixed it because the game was becoming confused because there was only 1 tank, right? So that is what the fix there was. That is what the fix there was. And then the element stones so we can evolve. I don't even know what that means. We need a docking port for docking. Super Platypus. Welcome to the channel, by the way. I don't recognize you, but I have a great solution for that. I totally have a great solution for that right there. I have a great solution for that. Do not fear. I have a good solution. Now, I'm really wondering if this is going to be enough chutes, right? I am really positively, absolutely wondering if this is going to be enough chutes. So I am not opposed to doing this. I am really not opposed to putting more chutes on this decoupler. Does anyone think that that's a terrible idea? We always need lights. We always need lights. I am going to totally use the claw. Rocket lights 2 hours. Trip to Eve, landing, return 30 minutes. Just like the real world. Alright. What did Volgar say? He's going to use the claw. I'm totally going to use the claw. Shoots so heavy, but they're totally going to get blown off. They're totally going to get blown off. In fact, those shoots there need to go up to the top. So that we can manage them separately. Dust, they may not deploy because decoupler. We'll see. We'll see, we'll see. Are you gonna set a different altitude for the chutes? Oh, that's a good idea. Gav, that's actually a really good idea. Like we should set one to like 1500. And then we should set another set to like 1000, and then we should set the main set to a different altitude. Let's see how that works. Okay. Cheers. Totally check the action groups. 4 and 3 are fine. 5 is all our ladder age, and that's all we've got right now. We'll have to see. We'll have to see if they work or not. Optimerod, we will try them. We're gonna actually go for a test flight out here. Underglow. Okay, we definitely need some underglow. Set action groups in case they don't work with staging. Okay, that's a good idea. Custom 1 can be our shoot action group. Deploy. 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 Think I'll make it to Eve in 90 minutes? Wow, I don't know. We're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see about that. Let's see here. I need some underglow. This better not mess with my Delta V. Let's put the overglow up here. That looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Do you already have a lifter built? No, but the lifter's easy. The lifter's not hard. I'm not worried about the lifter. No, that's not even what I'm clicking on. That's nice. I would like to too, but I'm not going to bed until I finish this design. Like I said. Now these weights don't matter anymore, right? But choose wisely. Lights or Delta V? Lights. Lights. Oh, we were talking about that earlier, and that's why we have 0.93, then 0.76, then the other one, because it's going to use the fuel so fast. They're very short burns, so the delta V will increase very quickly. Or, sorry, the thrust away will increase very quickly. Any chance he'll upload it? Black Knight, of course I will. Of course I will. I will upload this craft when we are done with it. Look at that, though. I mean, that is a ridiculous craft. Have we done a check with our Kerbal? Have we done? We haven't done a ladder check with the Kerbal, have we? You have chosen poorly. We're gonna put it on YouTube, and I'll upload the craft when I'm done with it. We're gonna do all of those things. Make another paper airplane. I don't need to make another one. I'm just gonna add one to this. Boy. What is this? Oh, okay, that's the first stage. All right, where is this decoupler at? Up there. Okay, there we go. Alright. Are we there yet? Nope. No, we've had encoding for a while. Yeah, we do. We do have encoding now. That is correct. So let's do a ladder check is what we're going to do. That is totally annoying how he can't get down that ladder. But he can always just drop. And then he can grab on there. Then he can come down there. Alright. There you go. We picked up encoding an hour and 22 minutes ago. Oh my goodness, look at this guy. Alright. We know that you can get to the ground once you go there. Strong. Following a street to your streams is awesome. Alright. He's like climbing for the long haul here. This almost needs to be a ramp instead of a... Alright, he can climb all the way up there. Now let's make sure that the Separatrons are staged and everything, so we will, that can actually go in there for now. So we will totally do this. You didn't miss it! No, we're totally going, we're totally going. Let's get rid of the science. It's time to leave. That part won't be there, just pretend. So, there we go. Ladders engage. I said ladders engage. All ladders come up at the same time. Excellent. All ladders stow. Excellent. Into the fuel tank, no less. And then we'll deploy the science. I am a little bit concerned about that. I am definitely a little bit concerned about that. Bing. There we go. Alright, and then we ditch our extra parachutes we don't need. The solar panels fell apart. Did y'all see the solar panels? Jeez. That's rough. Yeah, we're going to get it all up there at once. We're going to get it all up there at once. Alright, then we are going to throttle up. We've got panel lock. We've got SAS engaged. Let's go ahead and take off. Alright, and then when this thing runs out of fuel, watch the Kerbal's face. Nice. What's up, Zebekiah? 113 tons is nothing. We've done 500 tons to orbit before. We've got a whole lot more to go. I love the speed on the takeoff, right? It is some pretty good thrust to weight. Now we drop the apple core out. Alright, we don't need that anymore. Now we've got this really awesome looking rocket. We gotta check all of our staging. Those are our dorsal batteries, so our dorsal batteries are good. It works exactly. It works exactly the way we want it to work. What do you mean, kind of? No, look at the Gene. Look at the Epic 6. The Epic 6 weighs 3,500 tons total on the launch pad. Alright, so there's 10. Let's see if we have control authority. We do, it looks like. It's okay. It's okay if we drop the core over the Space Center, because the core is designed to be dropped off of Eve, right? We've got good separation. Whoa! That looks amazing. And I'm really not worried about this from here on out. I'm not too worried about this from here on out. See how we fixed it? We, instead of having one big tank in the middle, we actually used independent tanks. So each one is pulling from its own tank. Oh my gosh. Good morning, Mad Martin Madsen. Enjoy your stream with my breakfast. It's almost a tradition now. That's awesome. We're going to Eve. You're going to be on Eve. Why breakfast? This is an awful lot of separation. This is an awful lot. Tuned into the first thing you see is an explosion. Frankenfigure, we've been working on this for so long. Judo Trust You, I usually just do the keyboard. I don't have a controller, so I don't know. Yeah, there's so much Delta V in this rocket. Let's just, I'm just going to burn it all the way out. There's so much freaking Delta V in this rocket. Look at our orbit. Dude, TG Hamstar. Welcome to Kerbal Space Academy. I am Das Valdez and we're building a huge rocket. Yeah, look at that thrust to weight. 40 meters per second. That should get us pretty high in Eve. And then we've got this. We've got this asparagus staging starting with this. And then when the outside engines finish, a friend just told me he got the game, is running the tutorials, learning the keys. Nice, Frankenfinger, that's awesome. Thank you. That is awesome. Tell him to come by the stream. Tell him we'll answer questions, we'll help him out, totally. No worries. Look, it is a escape trajectory. Oh, no way, we have a Mooner encounter. What? Look at this. We go like straight to a moon encounter. Now we don't need those stages anymore. Look at this. This craft has so much Delta V. We still have 6,000 meters per second of Delta V in this. Oh my gosh. Oh, nice. We're totally going to do that. Told him to make an account and I'll link him. Nice, nice, nice. Look at this. We're totally going to slingshot the moon. We still have 5,000. Folks, I'm not worried about the... Well, maybe I am. Maybe I am. Let's actually find out. This is the last thing. Okay, those came off. Eek. I'm a little bit worried about those, honestly. I'm a little bit worried about those. Because they clip through this guy, right? That thing is good to go. That thing is absolutely good to go. Convio, get some sleep. Get some sleep. So there is a slight chance we'll get off Eve. Yes, there is a slight chance that we'll get off Eve. Smartass. Oh, I can't because they're on the symmetry. That looks good. I mean, I am a little bit worried about this, though. This looks really good, though. It is looking really good. Alright, that looks good. No, my Delta Vs! All of my Delta Vs are gone. There is a non-zero chance that this will get off Eve. Thank you. We actually don't need that much. We just need a little tiny push. 29. Yes, we must save the 3 extra Delta Vs that we get out of that. Do 3 layers of lights to do red, white, and blue. Alright, I will. Because it's Veterans Day. So we'd have to do, actually I could do it like this, look. We would make a red light. And I'm just doing this for the symmetry's sake, right? Oh, that's going to look kind of wacky, though. Dang it. Dang it. What could you do, though? Then we would do a white light, which is everything. Then over here, we would totally clip a blue light in, I guess. There we go. So now we have red, white, and blue lights. You know, why don't I could totally put the solar panels up here, couldn't I? Seems legit, right? Non-zero includes less than 0. Alright. Let's see here. Take it easy, Duke. Take it easy. Now we just need to get this there and back. That thing just blows up and bleeds America. Oh! Oh! Oh, Thader, that's actually a really good idea. That is actually a great idea, Thader. I will totally do that. Except I don't think it's gonna work. But it's a great idea, I just don't think it's gonna work. Let's see here. I think it may have a problem. See, how am I going to put white lights anywhere? Fashion. That's how. With fashion. So those are white lights. Yep. And then you want blue lights at the bottom, right? Steve, you're an American. Stop thinking of the consequences and blow something up. Nice. Alright. Fully loaded Herbie style. Nice. Alright, let's see what we've got here. Going in lurk mode while you go to sleep. Nice. Go to sleep, Gav. Go for it. Like that? Is that what you wanted? Red, white, and blue rocket? For Veterans Day? Is that what we wanted? Yes, this whole thing is just the lander. The whole thing is just the lander in how many parts? 212 parts in just the lander. That's a lot. That is awesome, though. Look at that thing. It's red, white, and blue. Thader, dude, that's a good idea, man. That was a really great idea. Marka. Marka. Yeah. Begin the explosions. All right. Yeah, let's actually begin the explosions. We may have to do something about that on Eve. I don't know. Bing. Yeah, America! We can totally take off. We have to find this though. We're yeah! Throttle up! Oh my gosh. The adapter on the bottom isn't. The adapter on the bottom is definitely not going to space. That is so freaking cool. I can't wait till we drop the apple core out. Oh yeah, we totally forgot to retract all ladders. Now we're gonna drop another explosion down there. Drop the chutes prior to... Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that totally separately. Hellion, we are gonna do that totally separately. Throttle up for freedom. All right, folks. I think we're doing good. Yeah! Now it's just a red light. All we have left is a red light pointing directly at the command pod. And look, look at his IVA view. His IVA view is basically a red light blinding him. Ah, yes. Ah, yes. What a view. What a view. My friend is on now. Dude, Frankenfinger's friends. What's going on? How is it going? What's the purpose of the exploding takeoff? Blue Penguin. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate you. Little Beast as well. I missed Little Beast, it looks like. Oh my gosh. I feel like eating a Slim Jim. Snip into a Slim Jim. I dread seeing the lifting stage. Alright, alright. Let's get back. Let's actually build this Eve ship. Whoo, buddy. Alright, what's it going to take us to get to Eve? That is the question. Scheduled landing is about 9.5 hours. Nice! Thank you, Sayakon. I appreciate that. Even back IVA only. You can put the red lights at the top of the pants. Oh, you mean up here? Ah, the red lights are okay. The red lights are okay where they are. They're fine. Let's just go with it. Alright, that is a ridiculous Eve transfer stage. I'm not going to lie. I mean, sometimes I lie, but I'm not going to lie right now. This here needs to go in a stage at the very bottom. It's 10 stages so far, and then all these chutes need to come down here. Because the chutes will be the first things to go after this. And what we really need to do here, people, we really need to test the landing. We really positively need to test the freaking landing. Will it lift? Seriously? That does not look like a place to put that engine. Alright, 1.17, 780 meters per second. That means we need more of them. Alright, 1.7. Ooh, that's not going to work. That is definitely not going to work. This is just a test. This is just a test, okay? This is totally just a test. Did you say transfer stage? Yes, I did say transfer stage. There is going to be a transfer stage because remember, this is going to Eve. Save it. Launch it. Okie dokie. America. Throttle up. Panel lock. SAS engaged. 3, 2, 1. Let's go for space. Not really. We're not going to go for space. We're just going to go for landing. Oh, buddy. It's time to go to space. Look how fast it's going. And I'm actually going to tilt it this way. Because I just want to land in this uneven terrain over here using the chutes. One time zone in space. Nice. All right, we're almost out. We're up in the clouds apparently, which is kind of cool. I'm just trying to go over here towards the mountains so that I have some uneven terrain to attempt a landing in. No, it's not a one-way trip. No, we're totally... All right, and then what we need to do is separate, and then we need to pop our chutes like this. Please don't smack it. Please look at that thing is just like do 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 do. It's just like I'm out, bro. It's like leaning across the screen like that. All right. How is that perfectly level like that? I've never seen that before. All right. We're good. We're good. And all these chutes should open at different times. Turn SAS off. Thank you, Volgar. Thank you. Turn SAS off. That is a good plan. Also, let's go for gear. We are fully loaded. And how much do we weigh? Fully loaded, we weigh 112 tons. It's no big deal. That's totally no big deal. We may need to add more. I mean, I've got a couple problems here. I've got a couple problems. I don't have a good way to activate my engines. Right? I'm just going to slide on out of here. And I don't have any landing lights. These things should start opening up at 1500, so I should get one set pop at 15. There you go. I should get one set pop at 1000. See what? Did I apply? Yeah, I did. I've got the lander legs on there. It's times like these. Whoa! Explosions below! Eek! I hope we don't meet that fate. Alright, we've got 2 sets popped, 21 meters per second. SAS should... Oh, now let's turn SAS on so it holds us to a flat landing. Let's see what we land at with chutes, knowing that we'll land slower on Eve, won't we? These guys up here are going to pop at 1000. 15. That's not good. It's going to have to be a powered landing. It's totally going to have to be a powered landing. Let's see what happens here, because I think I'll make an action group for those. I think I will make an action group. What's our altitude? 1. Yeah, we're going down way too fast. Let's see what happens. It's gonna break. It's definitely gonna break. Put some blue light on the ground for me, please. We lost all of the landing legs and some of the arrow spikes. All right. It will have to be either more chutes or a powered landing. Because the atmosphere is much thicker. Do you think so, though? Do you think so? We need some sort of backup plan for that. That is what we thought was going to happen. Alright, let's blow the science. That's a good plan. Let's blow the science. That is the coolest science decouple ever. Landed on top of an arrow spike and fell over. Then we can get rid of the chutes we don't need anymore. And then we can light what little engines we have left. That's not great. And just kill the guy right off the bat. Add more on top of the other arrow spikes. Wait. Maybe another set of chutes just in case. Use small boosters to help slow you down. Might need a puff of rocket to slow down an Eve, but the parachute you have should be okay, I think. I think the probe core fell over. Everything just went to heck. Thunderstruck! Nice, Arbrit. I mean, we could totally do more chutes. I could totally do more chutes, right? Yeah. 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 No octostruts. We don't have a lot of clearance for an additional drop tank. and see that DOS is doing some more shenanigans. Well, yeah, Joe, that's why we've got the chutes staged out. We've got 2 sets of smaller chutes, and then we have the main chutes after all the other ones open. Diggleborf! What? Welcome to the stream. Appreciate you. Alright. So we're not going to want to land at 11,000. More chutes or not? More chutes or not, chat? More chutes or not? Because I totally think I'm going to do this. I think that we need this. Iro, thanks for the follow. We're not at 3,000, are we? Whoa! That was 3,000 followers right there. More shoots, more shoots. You're okay with the shoots? I think so. What do you think so? I don't know what you think. You're good on shoots, more shoots. I'll put one more set of shoots, okay? Gum Gum. Gum Gum. 404, thanks. I'm not going to do that. A movie. Maybe one more set of shoots. Drop tanks with shoots off the pants. Drop tanks with shoots off the pants? Oh, no, but it's so pretty the way it is. It's so pretty. Dude, we've got 3,000 followers, folks. You want to put them on the outside of ends of the craft to even... Wait, Das, if you use more shoots, you're going to want to put them on the outside of ends of craft to even out the landing. Outside of ends of craft. Dude, that's awesome. 3,000 followers in under 3 months is really cool. Oh yeah, hang on a second. Francom, Satanic Pro, thanks for the follows, y'all. I appreciate it. The follows are just rolling in now. The follows are just rolling in. All right. Let's look at something. Let's look at something. Nubius, thank you, by the way. Yeah. I think we'll put some more shoots on it. I'm thinking drop tank, but I'm 3,000 plus followers. You're not even kidding. Non-ideal landing. Streaking cart. We're going to find a good landing site first. We are going to find a good landing site first. Do not worry about that. The parachute calculator. Interesting. Hang on. Hang on. Let me look at this very quick. Ship mass 112. Ship drag coefficient. Landing velocity. It's going to need 26 of those. What is this big one up here? That's actually good. Thank you for that. 16. Mark 16 XL. It would need 28 shoots? What? 28 shoots? Tons must be a different thing. Tons must be a different thing. It says that we need 28 of these shoots to land at that. I don't know if that's correct. Is the tons correct? Yeah, Logan, that's what I'm thinking, but we're wondering how much delta V it's going to use. We're really wondering about how much delta V that's going to use. Alright. What we basically need is a suicide burn. We need a suicide burn landing. I was going to put a drop tank underneath there, but I'm not sure that that's going to work, honestly. Alright. I'm going to put one more set of shoots on it somewhere. We were doing so good though. What's up, Teflon? How's it going? We have a serious Eve ascent vehicle going on. That is an Eve ascent vehicle, Teflon. It is very serious business. It's got 12,676 meters per second of delta V. How heavy is my ship? Remember, without this is with the chutes though. The mass is 110,386 kilograms. 110,386 kilograms is the mass of the ship. But that's with the science part, so just call it like 110, 19, something like that. So I think we're good to go. Oh, Shimmy's done nice. Yeah, look at the delta V. 11,000 delta V is not even playing around. 11,000 delta V is nothing to play around with. That's what we takes. And that's atmospheric delta V on Eve. Sea level atmospheric delta V on Eve. If we go non-atmospheric, we've got 12. So we think that that's pretty safe. Now I want those to go somewhere different. Never mind, I looked at it. Zebekai, I'm absolutely going to upload this craft after it gets to Eve. Alright, what else do we have going on here? We've got like every science times 3. We just need to get to building here. You eat that Delta V for breakfast without any milk. Nice. We just need to get going. Right, so it's 110, right? 110 tons. That's what I put in 112 tons. But this isn't going to change it much. It says we need 27 of those chutes. "23 of those chutes. If we go 8 meters per second, we need 13 of those chutes. Yeah, dude. Shimmy, check it out, man. We're not even playing around. We are not even playing around. We have a lot of freaking thrust to weight, and we're using some new spaceplane parts. It really flies great. In fact, wait, since y'all are... Dude, Shimmy, since y'all are coming over here, I'll show you right quick. I'll show you what we've got. I will totally show you what we've got. I think this is a pretty sweet landing craft. Some hot Cheetos to stay awake? I don't even know what that means. What is hot Cheetos? Oh, flaming hot Cheetos. Alright. So check it out. The KSA Eve lander. It's so compact. It's about the size of the largest fuel tanks, right? So let's see what we've got here. You guys can totally see. In honor of Veterans Day... Let's go ahead and put all this stuff up. In honor of Veterans Day, we've actually got Kerbal Fashion Academy lighting Merca. Right there. We totally have Veterans Day lighting. A little late, but it's still on the West Coast, I guess. It's an ICBM. So we can go, oh yes, our science deployment. Alright. So we can totally watch. Once we land, we'll pop those chutes. So woohoo, we've landed. That's great. And then watch, we are totally going to deploy our science pod. So check out our science pod. Boing! That's our science pod that we don't need to carry back with us. We can then totally get the Kerbal out by deploying all ladders at once. Ring, like that. Excellent. And then we can totally go, dude, Orpheus Super Sub Limit ET Pancake. That's an interesting name. we can totally, yeah, we're not even done yet. Hang on. The Kerbal can get out. He actually has the drop, grab the ladder, and he can crawl all the way down. Look at his crawl. He's got a long way to go. An awful long way to go. So he's gonna make it down. Remember, Junks, we can tweak that when we're there. We can totally tweak that when we're there. We can actually separate it out, and we can fire the separator and then the chute separately by controlling from the probe core. That's why we've got that probe core there. He can totally come over here and he can like collect the science, right? Because this thing is all science-y and stuff. Look, there you go. So much science, right? We can totally deploy this as well. It's going to stay there, and it'll keep transmitting science data for us, right? So it's going to stay. He can get the science, collect data, remove data, then he can come back over here. And wait, we're not done. He can grab and he can climb all the way back up the rocket. Look at that moon in the clouds. That looks really cool. Too bad holding shift won't make him climb faster. Okay. No worries. No worries at all. Climb on up there, buddy. There you go. So he can actually get all the way to the top. And as it turns out, we don't need these chutes anymore, right? So we totally have like a Veterans Day celebration here because we can get rid of the things that we don't need. Whoa! Apparently that's the first time we've done it with the chutes deployed. We would have had to cut the chutes, right? Because normally the chutes would have disappeared when we landed, but I just deployed them, so that wouldn't normally happen. That wouldn't normally happen. So we're good there. We're good there. And then we've actually got this entire lifter. So we've got what? Right now we've got where's the total delta V? 11,048. We could totally throttle up, panlock, SAS, engage, and we could go 3, 2, 1, space. Get the gear up. We actually did some computations to see if the gear, ejecting the gear would be good or not, and it wasn't really worth it. No, it doesn't return to Kerbal directly. It may. It's going to have a mothership, though. It's totally going to have a mothership. Fluffy had gotten into the rocket. So look, we've actually got an Apple core drop stage. So there's a core in the middle. Let me actually do this so you can see. There's an Apple core style drop stage where the middle tank, when it's empty, drops out the bottom like that, which is cool, right? And then we continue flying with America. Dude, Earthworm Slim with the host too. Nice. Thank you, Earthworm Slim, if you can hear me. And we just keep on burning this fuel like this. We've got what? 8. I mean, it looks so cool from the bottom, though. Look at the bottom of it. All these arrow spikes, engines and surround sound, right? Still got the America theme going. Save some weight by not having a lander cannon, only using a chair. You shut up. Oh my gosh. It actually has like 15,000 delta V if you use a chair instead of a lander can. But let's see here. I don't even care about a gravity turn. Let's go ahead and act like we're doing a gravity turn. We should be cool. And when these things ditch, then we can totally get rid of some of our stuff. You've been shut down. Teflon Mike with the host too, dude. Thank you. So those are done. They get out of Dodge. They make a huge explosion behind the ship, which is amazing. Oh my gosh. And then we have all sorts of stuff. I mean, it's kind of boring from here on out. We can get rid of that. We can throttle it up. That's fine. This is asparagus, so we can get rid of that. Oh, that's in the wrong stage. We totally have to fix that. That is in the wrong stage. Because we need that to help separate there. And we're good to go. We're good to go. Yeah, we're absolutely going to post this to the channel. All right. Being efficient is cheating. That's not efficient. You would never send an astronaut from the surface of an atmospheric planet into orbit sitting in a lawn chair. We've already been around and around with that. Oh, yeah. Lazy. That's awesome. Okay. So anyways, that's how that goes. That's how that goes. Thumbs up, though. Totally thumbs up. All right. We don't know if that's going to be enough landing legs or enough landing gear or anything like that. So we should be good to go. Plus, you can't put this awesome probe on top of a lawn chair, just so you know. What else? Oh, I need to fix the staging on these. We've got so many freaking staging. Yes, it actually goes in this stage like that. Okay, good. Now we can save this. Whew! Okay. That's everything. It probably is Space Drunk Production Incorporated. No, Rev Ninja, most of this stuff is going to explode on Eve. It'll crash into the surface of Eve, so there won't be any space junk, really. That part count, though, you're right, you just need to build it better. Seriously? For 1 hour, man. For every mention of lawn chairs, 1 hour. Ah, yes. Reduce, reuse, recycle. No, explode, explode, explode. You'll see what I was doing. He's using the lightweight lander can. Yeah, we went round and round. We actually had a look at all the science. It's got so much science. All right. Drink indeed. I think it's honestly good at this point. It could probably use more chutes. So let's just put some more chutes on it, right? What stage did those end up in? Lord knows. I wish you could minimize stages. That would be really nice if you could minimize stages. Okay, they ended up in the right stage. And then we'll put one more chute over here. And we are going to get rid of all those. And those are our solar panels we get rid of too, because we're not going to need that. Alright. Let's just test out one more time. So let's save it. Let's go out to the launch pad. Let's make sure the chutes with the new weight actually decouple correctly. Launchers. Immediate chute deploy. Pi, I didn't. I'll change it when I'm out there. Such science, mini boom, wow. I'll show you the alternate method for deploying this. Because we can totally put this up here before we get rid of it. And we can totally do an alternate method of this, watch. So what we can do with the science pod is we can actually control from here. And we could go deploy, and then after you do that, you could pop the chutes like that. And that is an alternate way to do the science pod, right? He just has a lot longer walk. He would just have a lot longer walk. And yes, we were going to do it. We were totally going to do it with just the with just the little separatrons. But we didn't end up doing that. We can actually switch ships. We'll just watch that come down over there. It's all good. It's 200 meters away. So it'll probably be 100 meters away in Eve. So that works well. Now we need to see if this chute decoupling works. Oh, and check out our ladder. We totally have a ladder in here that we don't need. Do you see how this ladder is the way to get down? So what we're going to do, before we take off, we're actually going to get rid of that ladder like this. America. Oh, I forgot the lights. We should have turned the lights on. Anyways, you get the point. Now we don't have that ladder there anymore. Oh, we also have a Sepratron takeoff assist. Able to drop the science on top of the VAB. Make a rover for the launch pad. Put a chair on the probe so he can ride down instead of having to climb down. But he needs to get back up. A rover attached. No, we've got the rover taken care of. We've got the rover taken care of, for sure. Anyways, that's the KSA Veterans Day Eve Ascent ship. It's now good to go. I think we're all good with everything. We've got the Apple Core drop stage. We've got the JTOW assist. Let's go and build a transfer vessel for it. Oh my gosh. Good times, though. It's good times. TNT torpedo. Shh, don't tell anyone. It does need a paper airplane. You, sir, are correct. Alright, and it's nice. I mean, look. Everybody was like, oh, it's not. How would that ever fit in a fairing? Look at the size of it. I mean, the size of it compared to the big tank. It would totally look great in a fairing with these underneath it. You sound like you're a car salesman. Yes. Alright, so let's retract all ladders. Oh, I've got the ladder bug. Whatever, I'll just retract them with a thing. And we need this. I'm not going to worry about the drop tank. I'm not going to worry about the drop tank. Because the drop tank would break, I think. A Commandant Lee should be sent ahead for scouting the lay of the land. We have a paper airplane, remember? We totally have a scout vessel already. Something like a space station? Something like a space station. Wait, there's so many people who haven't found us yet. There's so many people who haven't ever seen the game. Look, can you build something like a space station? That's a great question. There's so many people who haven't seen this before. Yes, Lord Lucifer, thank you for looking out for me. I'll take things I never would have thought. There we go. Can you build a space station? I appreciate the question. We've got so many people who've never seen KSP before. I don't know what... I think we just have enough viewers that we're getting those viewers in here from other places. So like a space station? Like this, maybe? Orbiting Minmus out here with docking ports, with little landing crafts that Kerbals can get in and ride around on? Yes, you can totally build that in this game. You can totally... It is. It's literally your first time seeing it, yeah. So we do have a space station with landers and pods and escape pod and a unicorn/narwhal on the top of it. We've also got... You can build rovers too. I'll totally show you that. I really love it. I mean, we did this mission yesterday. Focus view on Duna. So this is like the Mars analog, right? And on Duna, we've got this. The Space Winnebago. Oh, man. Please let me switch to it. Shucks, darn, and other things. Oh, I had it for a second. I had it. No, come on. I had it. Oh, there. Switch to. Okay. No, it didn't switch. Target. Did I just break the game? This looks like legit Russian space station. Nice. Alright, let's go back to the Space Center then. Click harder. I was totally trying to click harder, Shimmy. I don't know what the deal is with that, but it does seem like clicking harder works sometimes. Let me actually go out there. So you can totally build space stations. You can also build huge rovers. The Narwhalicorn. The Naracorn. Nice, Alex. Nice. Let's see if this thing is bugged to heck right now. Ah, yes. We've totally got this guy on Mars/Duna right now. This is the Mars analog. So we've got this huge freaking rover that can totally rove around. It's got so much room for activities. It's got a claw that can grab onto things. You can actually drive it from IVA view. So the claw is right down there. This is the IVA view for that rover, looking out the front of it. Look at that long shadow. Look at Ike up there. The game is so cool. For people that haven't seen it before, this guy actually has a paper airplane docked on top of him, so let's look at that. Nice, you just have to wait for separation. Dude, Saya, thanks for having us set it up. Please send him back to Kerbin. Look, we've got this paper airplane. Let's see if the decouple works. Shimmy, have you ever seen this before? Let's see if it bugs out again. Oh, no, it totally worked that time. No, it didn't totally work that time. Alright, there is something very buggy with that decouple. I don't know what it is, but it apparently turns off gravity. I do not understand what's happening here. But what can you do, right? So you've actually got to go like that, and then... I've never seen this before. This is a new one to me. Two Kerbals riding on it. They were mentioning the paper airplane? Nice. Oh, that bugged. I just time warped and it took me back to the craft. What? I won't land. Let me go look at this right quick. Wait, I should just fly the paper airplane on the runway. Anyways, this also has some docking bays on the bottom that have little rovers in it. This is for people who haven't seen the game before. We actually built these little rovers that drop down, so you can totally drop a little rover underneath it, the Scooty Poofs, and there is a way to get them out. It just involves flying the craft, I guess, like this. There went that guy. I don't know what the deal with that guy is. Oh no, the paper airplane is doomed. Crush. I don't know what the bug with that is, but anyways, we got the rover out. The paper airplane is still attached. I really don't understand what's going on with that. Ay, 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 ay. Oh no, can I not revert the flight now? Roboto, we've already restarted KSP. How should I get out of this situation? Well, time warping puts him back on top, apparently. And then he falls down again. I do not understand what is going on at all with this Buggy McBuggersonness. DOS, debug. Let's not worry about that for now. Yeah, we're fine. So let's just go back to the Space Center and leave that way. I don't even know. Like rover, so I put a rover inside of the rover. Yeah, you did. You missed it. It's all good, though. I'll upload it to YouTube. I might have just caused major ruckus out there, but we'll deal with that at some other point. Volgar laughs at your crushing attempts. F5 will totally fix this. F5 will totally fix that? I don't think F5 will fix that. Go back to ship save? Nah. I don't think we need any of this stuff. It won't actually lose my ship that I've made. Scooty Puff Sr., the Warbringer. That craft is totally debugged. We're going to have to deal with that at some point anyways. Anyways, yeah, there's lots of stuff you can do in the game. There's lots of stuff you can do in the game. If I had time, I'd send you over to the other stream, the other save, and show you the space dock and the interplanetary cruise ship and stuff. But we need to be working on this, the Eve lander. A couple hours now till Filet goes away, I think, right? Alright. I need to continue building. We need a transfer stage. In Eve, what do we need? Showing us that this game is surprisingly in-depth cannabis. It really is. It really is. Rosetta is in a couple hours. It's in like 9 hours, I think, is when the landing is supposed to happen. Unless they changed it. Unless they changed it. I haven't been watching. I got you followed. In time, I'll get the rest. We are definitely going to, yeah, about 9 hours from now. That's what I thought. We're going to see how long it takes us to build this lifter. We're going to see how long it takes us to build the lifter, because we just want to ship it up full, basically, so. Yes, Sherlock, sounds like you're using the claw. Sounds like you're using the claw, Sherlock. Which is totally lame, because it is a huge problem. It is definitely a huge problem. The claw does that a lot, unfortunately. Alright. Yeah, but separation. What's separation? Oh, I'm not worried about the separation. We should be good to go. Drink. No claw. You don't have the claw. That's usually a claw thing. Alright. So I'm going to continue building this transfer stage. Shush, chat. Everything for the pro is A-OK. Nice, thank you. 9:03 GMT. Separation is in an hour and 50 minutes. Nice. Webcammy, what's going on? We really have to figure out how we're going to get these Kerbals here. ESA can just time warp. I really wonder... How can we make this fashionable and functional at the same time? An engineer is hanging tough too. That's only 692 Delta V. That's not very much Delta V in that stage. Not very much Delta V in that stage. Don't forget the obligatory Dr. Pepper cans. Alright. Alright, alright. That's an atmosphere though. So let's go out of atmosphere because we're doing a transfer stage. That's 939. Jeez, oh brother. That's going to be a huge deal. You can't make me shush. I have buttons to click on. Alex loves the game. I totally have buttons to click on. You know I say that all the time, though. I don't want a transfer stage I have under 0.5. I don't want a transfer stage I have under 0.5. No, we're supposed to be landing a mission on an asteroid at the same time. This is part count, and we're going to have to start watching for the part count now. We're totally going to have to watch for the part count, although I really like doing this. Right? I think that looks like an awesome transfer stage, but the part count on it is going to be an issue. That's 2184 meters per second of delta V with 0.62. Imagine DOS saying, "Roger that, John Tour, mangling towards..." I'm burning towards the angular triangle right now. Alright. So that looks cool when we do it like that, but, well, actually, I'm not in hate with this, honestly. Let me see if we can make something to do with the Kerbals. Because we could totally make these drop stages, right? Dude, magnetivore. Does that mean you only eat magnets? That is a cool name. And we need to have a way to get home, too. So, see, that's a lot of delta V with pretty good thrust to weight. Kinda wrecked. Everything is awesome when you're part of a team. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna make everyone ride home on lawn chairs. Everyone will just ride a lawn chair. Hyperwaffle, no, we're just doing a Space Academy sort of thing. We've built an Eve lander. What's the cost on the Eve lander, I wonder? Let's look right quick. The cost on the Eve lander is $166,000. That's not bad. That's not bad. Alright. What can we do? He's in sandbox mode, so he doesn't actually have to pay for it. Yeah. But it's really cheap. This is not the most expensive rocket I've ever built anyways. I mean, the other one is $2.5 million per launch. This is nothing compared to that. I like those, plus we can make them drop tanks. Look, I really like doing this sometimes. We're going to have to use some struts for it, but I really do like doing this on interplanetary stages. And I know that this is not the most efficient way to do it, but it is the way that I like to do it for fashion purposes. Come on. Right, and we would strut this in, but what we do is we put the fuel lines on, and now we've got that. Where did all those go? There we go. So we would totally separate that stage separately. There we go. Is that everything? Yeah, there we go. Okay. Alright. I'll ride home on a lawn chair. It'll be a nice breeze. So anyways. That's 2445 delta V. 0.61 then 0.93. That's okay. I mean, yeah, that's dropping the extra tankage. But that's part count, right? And we don't have a place for Kerbals to live. What is the most efficient way to do interplanetary stages then? Wow, that is a big question. That is a big question. Tempe's, I changed it so that these actually get tossed, and so you actually get more delta V out of this. Is that engine good for transfer stages? A foil young wolf. Is that engine good for transfer stages? If you've got huge transfer stages, yes. Otherwise, we'd have to spam so many freaking nuclear engines on this thing. Look, let me show you. This engine is huge, right? And could we get a lot more delta V out of it? Absolutely. We could totally come over here and we could do some shenanigans like this. We could put a core in. We could get a bunch of these guys like this. In 8x symmetry. We could then go and grab the very efficient nuclear engines from the first page, actually. So let's just put on one of them. There we go. Come on. There you go. And then you can actually put it back on with 8x symmetry and it'll work just fine. So you could do that, and you could totally make sure this fuel routing is correct here. Alright. And then you'd have to route it like this. Yeah, let's hope that this fuel routing isn't too complicated for it, right? So that right there, if we put the nuclear engines, where do they end up? Up there. Why does it always do 7 plus 1? That's so annoying. And then it doesn't drag it when you ask it to. Alright. So right there, that's 5,000 meters per second of delta V using the cluster of nukes. But look at the thrust to weight. The thrust to weight is terrible. The thrust to weight is absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible on this. So, even though the nukes are very efficient, I think that whenever I have all of that on there, Any tips on getting science in the beginning? Sure, go to YouTube. Check out my YouTube thing. Yeah, Mini Smoke, this is the transfer stage, but there is no way, no shape, no form that I'm going to burn this transfer stage for 19 freaking minutes. That's just not going to happen. With a .10 thrust to weight? This is one of the situations where I am not going to do that at all. So I think what I'm going to end up doing, that's why I want something like that to get me there. And then once we're not carrying all this weight, we'll have a smaller craft to come home, right? A smaller craft to come home. Mangles, what's up? That thrust to weight, right? That .1 thrust to weight with a 19-minute verm. In a vacuum, it'd be fine, though. No, Steve Hanley, It would take forever. Yeah, oh gosh, 9, I'm sorry. If you go here, there is definitely, I've got Kickstarting a New Career, I've got Farming Science on Minmus, and I've got one other one that has, YouTube. Oh, wow, there's a separate YouTube one? I didn't know that. Who knew? Cool, thank you. I've got a couple different videos up on YouTube on farming the science like that. Especially since you're on stream. Nice. Yeah, thank you, Foiling With. I appreciate you understanding. So, quick rundown on what you did to get the Tempest, no. I don't know if right now I can do a huge rundown on this. I mean, basically we've got the apple core drop stage, the drop tank in the middle, then these things we fix the fuel routing on, and then we've got this interior stage. The biggest thing was that instead of using one fuel tank in the middle, we used 4. Do you see how there's 1, 2, 3, 4? There's actually 4 going all the way around. That's what we did. That's what we did. Did I just say 9? I don't know. Is that how you pronounce your name? The burn would be way too long. Steve Hanley, I usually don't use those. I would do something like this. This is 2245 delta V, right, like this, with a .61, so 5 times, basically. The close burns would be, yeah. Yes, I don't want those at all. No worries, guys, no worries. In fact, I would almost put more on this. How could we do it? Is there any way we could do that? I have an idea. Okay, I totally have an idea. Epic Pants! I'm too tired to finish. That's okay, man. I appreciate you hanging out. Ion Ninjas for the first time, and a trip home took a 12-minute burn. Yeah, Foil Young Goof, you're not even kidding. That is the big problem with that. I think I have an idea. I think I totally have an idea. So, hold my beer. I'm going to make something right quick. How can I best do this? You meant 9. No, I thought I was pronouncing your name. That's what I was trying to do. But I have an idea. Yeah, Shimmy, that's exactly right. Otherwise, you've got huge trouble. Am I on Kerbal or Eve mode? I'm on Eve mode right now, but it doesn't really matter because we're doing no atmosphere burns. So I'm not worried about oh, because of the thrust to weight. .07. Yeah, wait, let's see what it says. Dude, good catch. 1.04 thrust to weight, so we've basically got double it. So, that's cool. Hold my beer. Hold my Dr. Pepper on the Hudson. You are not new to my channel. Okay. Let me do this, and I'm gonna do it up just a little bit. I'm totally gonna do it up just a little bit. I'm gonna give these guys some place to hang out while they're going. So we're going to put a lander can. We're going to put that. We're going to kind of make the station sort of set up. This is always terrible. I don't want to have that sticking on my station. The best thing to do is use a big docking port, but... Alright. I never use these things. So let's use these things. Because... No. Because it always seems like they're so problematic, right? But let's use a big stack separator and the T-can like that. And that way we could actually put... What are we actually going to need there? We're going to go home, but we just don't need to carry that thing with us. Yeah. It can be very useful. Yeah, shimmy, dude. Shimmy. You are totally correct. How far, Shimmy, how much longer are you going to be up or whatever, man? Do you want to hop into TeamSpeak and help me do this? I totally understand. You've been streaming for a while too, but if you want to come into TeamSpeak, you're totally welcome, Shimmy. I would totally invite you to do that if that's what you wanted to do. What if you use 2 decouplers facing each way? Well, that's what you've got. You won't have something on either. Well, that's what we've got here. We've actually got this. Sure, I can help. Nice, okay. I'll hop back into TeamSpeak then. Take it easy, Derpologist. Let's go TeamSpeak 3 client. There we go.
91.3, the beach. You switched to channel.
All right, I'm in TeamSpeak now. Dude, Gridus, Kameezy, or Kamesy, Exelian 9, did I miss anybody else? Yeti Lax, I got Magnetivore, I remember that name.
Joined your channel. Hopefully
there's Shimmy.
Dude,
Shimmy, hello.
Wait, yeah.
What?
What?
What, huh? How's it going, man?
Yeah, going good, going good.
Excellent. How was your stream? Good?
It was did all right. We did our first Kerbal landing on Minimus. This is 6.4, so the rocket had to be huge, and I don't like to kill my Kerbals like you do. So I do tests and various things. So.
Kill my Kerbals like you do. Seriously, dude? When's the last time I've killed a Kerbal?
I was watching like 2 days ago, and you were trying to kill me along with everybody else in that craft.
Well, what can you do, really, right? Every now and then, you just gotta let everybody know who the boss is.
Yeah, evidently, right?
That looks good.
So,
I've got a plan. Go ahead.
This stage that you're working on here, that's your interplanetary that's basically going to take you back home too. Is that basically how it's going to work?
And I'm actually going to make it 2 stages. I'm going to make the big high thrust stage, get me there, and then I'm going to have a light stage to get me back home. So I'm going for 2 different stages here. I'm going to have like the place for the Kerbals, and I don't even really need this. I just don't want to send them on this long mission without that. You know what I mean? So I was going to do something like this, where I go, and I know it takes you a second to see it, but maybe that looks cool. So I'm going to put some nukes on here as well, so that when I come home, I'll use the nukes. And I'll also use the nukes when I'm going there to get another, minuscule amount of thrust. But it does make your stuff stretch a lot further, If you put the nukes on, it really does make a difference. And I just need something long enough.
Yeah, the nukes aren't bad in interplanetary space. It's just when you're trying to escape from a large gravity well like Eve or Kerbin, it's going to take too long.
Yep.
It just takes too long, and you have to, because you can't do the burn. You can't do a 19-minute burn. In one go, because if your orbit around Kerbin is around 20 minutes, you can't burn like directly at the planet.
Yep.
For that time, it's just not going to work right. So
I am completely on the same page as you. It takes so freaking long. It really takes a long time. So let's see here. I'm going to decouple these things. Maybe this is more nukes than we need, but whatever. We're trying to go big so that we can go home.
So, how are you going to get these Kerbals back home? Are they going to parachute down, or what?
I think that we'll probably be okay just letting them get picked up by a space plane or something.
Okay, that sounds fun. Yeah,
I think maybe that would be with what we go with. In this part, while it's very fantastic looking, I think I'm just going to get it out of there, because then we get this, right? And I really like how that looks. And we'll use some struts or something to keep it going. So the only reason I had that in there was so that the nukes would have a little bit of clearance and be able to burn at the same time, right? And the tricky thing is going to be the fuel routing here. Bring them back in style, somebody says. Yes. Can you actually bring Kerbals back home? Yeah, NYN, you can totally send a Majesty to get them home. 2 Kerbals, and we're going to send an entire Majesty cruise ship to get them home. Ah, yes. It would be really cool if we used a mutt. Have you seen the mutts that I have? The kicker stages?
No, I haven't.
That would actually be a really cool way to get them home.
Darth Andrea does have a point, and I that's definitely another way of doing it. Instead of doing a burn directly from low Kerbin orbit, if you do a burn from a high Kerbin orbit or a medium Kerbin orbit, you can use Nervas. It just still takes a long time.
Yeah, it takes a really long time.
So if you want to go ahead and do a fizz warp, so maybe your 19-minute burn is only 5 minutes, then you know you can do that. But then that's dangerous. But
As long as the craft can handle a physics warp, right?
yeah, exactly.
Because a lot of times that's a big problem to get a
Mm-hmm.
craft to handle a physics warp. And I know this isn't going to route the fuel, but that'll be okay. And we'll ditch those and we'll get them again. I'm just trying to tuck them in a little bit. See that? I really like how that looks, you know? That makes me a very happy DOS. And I wonder, just to make it shorter, right? I don't want to take 2 of those. What's the weight on a hitchhiker? 2.5. Should I just not take the hitchhiker shimmy? I don't know.
Well,
Should I-
how are you going to control it? You'll have to put a probe core on it instead, because or sorry,
Well, I've got
wait,
a T-can
hitchhiker.
right now.
No. Oh yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
T-can. Yeah.
So
Well, how many Kerbals are there going to be? Just one?
I was gonna send 2 and leave 1 on the surface, have 1 go down and leave the other one in orbit. So we could totally do it like that. And that's probably a lot better way to design this rocket, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And 3 or 4 small probe landers. Yes, Darth Andrew is reminding me that I need some probe landers to explore for a site. Ay, 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 ay. Part count through
Eve
the roof.
return is definitely a challenge.
Uh-huh. We're really having a lot of fun with it. I think that
Yeah.
it is really cool the way that we're getting this stuff done. That's not going to do that, so we're definitely going to have to do this sort of nonsense. And I have a feeling we're going to need some more SAS as well. But I'm not... I mean, just to control this entire shenanigan, I'm not against doing something like that. Which is putting 4 of the mid-size SAS units on it. For a total of, what, 60 torque or something?
Mm-hmm.
And that'll be way too much torque on the way home, but I don't even really care, honestly. Because when we come home, we're only going to have this craft right here. And maybe what I need to do is save this as a sub-assembly.
Yeah, you need to figure out the actual delta V requirement.
Let me save it as a sub-assembly. We'll bring it over to a new ship. So this will be the KSA Eve Returner. Like that. Save. Excellent. And then we can take it back out of there and put it like that and like that. And then we'll figure out the routing. So we'll assume that all these tanks on the returner are going to be full. And that's probably too much SAS, but it's fashionable. So let me save all this. And then let me make a new ship. And then I can actually use the new ship to bring that sub-assembly in. Okay, good. I did click on it. Whew. Probe landers to find a landing site with. That's we'll put a couple probes on it. We're worrying about part count at that point, right? Let me grab.
You don't
this
have
little-
ScanSat or anything like that installed, right?
No, I don't. I'm just doing it
Okay.
stock so that I can upload it and people can use it in the stock game.
Yeah.
You know. There's the Eve Returner. So that right there, 965 because I haven't put fuel lines on yet. So we'll totally have to route some fuel lines. And those axial attachment points that hardly ever get any love should do fuel routing for me. Don't they do fuel routing?
Well, if they don't say no fuel crossfeed, then yeah, but as you have it right now, it won't... You don't have any fuel lines running from...
Yeah, I just fixed it. I just fixed the
Okay,
fuel lines.
alright, yeah.
So the axial attachment points in the middle will flow fuel whenever they're... Sorry, the radial attachment points will flow fuel like that, the way that I have them, but these tanks won't. So if I put axial points there, then I could... Yeah. Okay. We can save the fuel lines and put some more fuel in it. Yeah, everybody's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Okay. That's probably too much Delta V to come home, isn't it?
4,000?
4,000 to come home from Eve?
Yeah. You could basically do a complete break at curb and orbit without even doing an aero brake or anything like that.
So I still need the 4x symmetry. What if I take this fuel tank off? That's not correct 4x symmetry. So I could totally take this fuel tank off. Why does that say that it's now 4,000, 5,000 Delta V? Why do I have more Delta V now?
Did you take the fuel tank off?
I did take the fuel tank off. And it went to 5,000 instead. Because apparently these weren't flowing fuel. This is way too much Delta V. to get home. Oh my gosh. We don't need this. We don't need this much SAS. We don't need this
beautiful.
much Delta V. This can't be right. There's no way this can be right. 4 nukes and this little much. I guess it's mostly fuel, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, somebody said I only had 1 fuel line before. Kanzi, thanks for watching out. Chat always like catches things. When I mess things up, chat's always like, you idiot, you didn't have this. I was totally watching. Will be totally different with the mass of the return ship on them. Yeah, but Darth Andrea, this is the only thing that's coming home. This is the only thing that's coming home. Everything else is staying in orbit there. So we don't have to worry about that. Like, we're just going to separate everything else. Yeah, that entire lander stage is going to be blowing up on the... I'm answering all of chat's questions. Thanks, Volgar. Okay, so we need even less Delta V than this. We probably don't even need this many nukes. I wonder how much Delta V it would be if we just did this. In the interest of part count. Ooh.
So
oh,
you
no.
need like
No,
not even
bug.
1,400 meters a second, right?
The game just crashed. No, 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 no,
Aw.
no, 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 no. No, no game. Whoa. That's not right. Oh, the game just crashed.
Oh. that doesn't look right.
And the game is totally... Wait! Oh, no! It recovered from it! What? I've never seen that before. The game totally recovered. That... Oh, and then I tried to do the same thing and it crashed again. Alright. This is a problem. You just cut
Could you
fuel...
just try and make a new one? Make a new craft and see what happens?
That's probably what I should do. Especially since we're kind of starting from scratch here. So we had the Mark II lander can. Room for 2 Kerbals. We're going to put these on. What if there's something buggy about putting the girder segment on this? No? It's working just fine now. So that's good. Then we could totally go for like this sort of nonsense. We don't even need 4 nukes. Maybe we're just pretending that we're not allowed to, you know? Alright.
I mean, do you even need to use a nuke? I mean, you could use... I mean, for just the can.
Yeah.
You only need, what, like 1,400 meters a second to return, right?
I just thought that it was cool.
Yeah, it does look cool.
I was just going for something that looked cool. I was just going for something that looked cool. And maybe we could just like role play that we're not allowed to leave the nukes there. Look at that, Shimmy. I mean, the setup that I have with those fuel tanks and 4 nukes is 3518 Delta V. You don't need any nukes. But what I was going to do, I was going to add the nukes thrust. The reason I've got this set up like this is because I was going to add the thrust and efficiency of the nukes to the big engine, right? That's why I was doing this as opposed to just tossing a little thing underneath it. So, you know, we had this sort of thing, and then we had the engine on the bottom, and then we had those side tanks that looked like this. And so I was actually going to do some fashionable stuff here and add the delta V of the nukes, or sorry, add the efficiency and thrust of the nukes to that setup. Right? That is totally what I wanted to be doing. Would that get to Kerbal orbit since it has so much delta V? Would this get to Kerbal orbit? No, this wouldn't get to Kerbal orbit right now. So that's why I was doing that. But I totally wanted to tuck it in just a little bit too. I mean, I kind of like the idea. Yes, could we just toss a poodle underneath here, right? And go home on a poodle or whatever?
Yeah, you could do that.
We could totally do that, but that's totally lame. You know? Like, 1 fuel tank. I mean, this would probably get us home right here. Like, a fuel tank and a freaking poodle. That's too much, even. A half fuel tank and a poodle would get us home. Yeah, that's 2,000 delta V. Why not replace the nukes with the 909s? This is going to be wobbly as heck. Kanzi, I'm not worried about the wobble. I'm not worried about the wobble. We can totally solve for that. This is just such a lame way to do it. You know, Shimmy, I mean, do you agree?
Alright, put the hitchhiker back on, put it back on, and at least you can say that they have a habitat to live in, right?
Okay, I'll do that. I'm gonna toss all this stuff out of here. All right, and they can just do whatever. They could go on a grand tour after going and taking off of Eve. I wanted to try and make this stage as flat as possible.
Well, could you instead of using the hitchhiker, so the lander can, the T can, as the root part, maybe put like a, oh, I don't know, maybe put the fuel tank as the centerpiece and put the tanks on the side or something like that. The
fuel tanks is the centerpiece. Put the tanks on the side. The tanks on the side.
No, sorry, no, the T can on the side. Put the fuel tank as the center part.
On the side. How would we do that?
Yeah, using the radial attachment tubers.
Oh, and just like not even work. Well, that would be really wonky on the way home, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Or you mean
you'd have
not
to have
even
a
having it
control
in
location.
line? just use external command seats on a steel cutter.
I like your style, Baconella.
Oh gosh. No, I think I need to go fashionable. Hang on. I totally want to go fashionable. Because I really like how that looks, and I'm going to do this. I really want to go fashionable so badly. And this is probably exorbitant part count. But really, we don't even need those engines. We just need little teeny tiny... And we're just going to pretend that we want to use nukes, but we're not allowed to leave them there. That's what we're going to say. We totally want to use the nukes, but we're not allowed to leave them there. That craft has 2,000 meters per second of delta V.
Well, that's plenty, honestly, if you consider that you might need to do a plane change or something like that.
Yeah. In fact, I'm going to do it this way. I'm just going to do it this way. I'm going to put more delta V than I need. Because I'm an idiot. But whatever. Or I'm really smart. I'm either an idiot or I'm really smart. I mean, we do want to save our Kerbal's lives, right?
We wanted to save our Kerbal's lives. I don't know why you're putting them on the surface of Eve in the first place, but you know.
Well, did you see this? Did you see the fancy craft that we have for them? It looks great.
Yeah, I know. It looks great. Looks great.
What's wrong with too much delta V? That's 3,500 meters per second of delta V. But we don't have all the pieces on here yet.
Too much delta V meaning too much fuel, meaning too much mass, meaning the rest of the rocket has to be even bigger.
Yeah, yeah. But this is 22 tons right here. Oh. Wait, that's okay. So time out. Somebody said put 909s. I'll look at 909s because I love reading what the viewers say. You know, we could probably just do these. That's 3,000 meters per second of delta V with the little OP engines.
The 909s?
No, the little the OP engines, the 48-7Ss.
Oh yeah.
In the 909s, 2,800 delta V.
Oh, point.
Oh, Darth Andrea's got a great point. Oh, yes, okay. So we're actually going to need a lot more than this. Yeah. And that really did... I mean, look at that. 15... Or if we put this on here, that's 13. Yeah, and we need RCS, and it needs to be balanced. There's all sorts of stuff we have to do with this still. Oh, yes. So that was a great point. We need to build this craft out before we worry about how much delta V it has. And we're definitely going to take extra RCS.
What did you do to coffee? What did you prank coffee with?
Wait, what did I prank coffee with?
I don't know. Joshua says, I like your prank on coffee on his stream.
What did we do with coffee? Did we do a ninja raid? No, we didn't do a ninja raid on him. What did we do with coffee? I can't remember. I don't recall doing anything too crazy with coffee. Huh. Okay. I don't know. What did we do? Now I'm confused as to what we did. Anyways, this craft here has 2604, and we still have to put RCS on it. And it needs a claw somewhere, maybe? Where could we put a claw? Oh, yes. This is great. Okay, I like this. Dude, Shimmy, hold my beer.
Alright.
Look at this. This is cool, I think. And that will go and actually capture the other craft. That I like. And I totally covered that up. My bad.
Are you capturing the craft just for fun?
That's a good question. We really don't need to capture the craft, do we? We were totally going to capture the craft. Yeah, we're just going to do it just for fun. Oh, the paper space plane raid. We did do a paper space plane raid yesterday.
Oh, okay.
What did we do? I don't know. I think we'll just capture it for fun. We'll say, like, for safety's sake, we're not going to do the EVAs thing. We'll have to positively capture it before we can take it home. So I think we'll just say that we're going to do it for fun.
Oh, somebody needs to update the teams.
The TeamSpeak. Neon Hype, thanks for the follow. And I got Michelangelo's Axel Magan. Yeah, there we go. I think we got everybody. Add a claw to the ship you spent 8 hours to build. DOS likes annoying the Kraken. Yes. Meant to land on Kerbin. No, we'll send another ship up. Although we could probably thrust to weight 0.81 totally full. I bet you this craft could actually land on Kerbin. The paper spaceplane raid. Okay, he's talking about the paper spaceplane raid. Let's look where the center of mass is. Let's move the RCS down a little bit. So when it empties out, how's it going to look? It's going to move up a little bit, it looks like. So that's okay. But it'll be full. It'll totally be full when we do this. So, too many parts. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Nice.
Thank
On
you,
TeamSpeak is Shimmy the JJ, eat your vegetables or you'll die. Nice. Nice. Is there a story behind that or something we should know about?
Oh, that's just I like to tell the story about how my dad used to and still does every single time I go visit my parents and we have dinner. He always has to tell, eat your green beans or you're gonna die.
Nice.
From as young as I can remember, he's always telling me if I didn't eat my vegetables, I was gonna die.
I was gonna die.
Yeah. That's rule number 5 on my channel. So,
Is eat your vegetables or you'll die.
Yep.
Nice. Alright, that looks really cool. I think that this is very fashionable, actually. And so now we just need to add some lights. And I wonder how we're doing on part count, right? Because my computer is not invincible. It does in fact have issues sometimes with high part counts. Alright, that looks great. I love doing the like 2 lighting. The 2 style lighting like this. Alright. No, Tanuki is not still on TeamSpeak. Thank you for asking, though. I think that looks cool. We've got lights. We need power generation. We've got plenty. We've overbuilt the RCS by a large margin. I am completely aware of that. Anything else? It would be great if we could. Oh.
Did your mic go mute? I can't hear you anymore.
Wait, me?
Yeah, you're just really quiet.
You can't hear me where?
I can hear you now.
Okay, is that good?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Sorry. I think that this craft looks fabulous. It's got way too much RCS, but we're going to take extra RCS just in case we need it. We've got control in all directions. Let's see if it's balanced with RCS build aid. It's a little off balance. Oh, that's on engine mode, though. And I don't think... Oh, I was wondering if I could do something like put a hitchhiker back here that they could crawl into, right? Like this sort of nonsense, but I don't think that I'm going to go with that.
What is the mass on the claw, by the way? Is that going to cause too much of a...
Insanely low. 0.75. 0.075.
Okay. All right.
It's so much lower than I would have thought that it was. I'm always surprised by how low the mass on that thing is. And I wonder... Yes, correct. Connect those directly to the engines. That's great, Das. Way to go. I was just fashioning it up a little bit. I apologize. You have to fashion it up sometimes, though. You really do. Because, I mean, I spend so much time, like, being like, oh, we'll just keep the rocket really simple, and I do boot camp, and I'm like, you only need 3 pieces, and you'll get to the moon, you'll be fine, you know, all that sort of stuff. And so on occasion, I really do have to have, like, a Kerbal Fashion Academy session where I just make it look cool. Just so I, you know, everything in balance, like eating your vegetables. It's low because it's powered by Teen Spirit. 150 parts, plus you need the lifter. Yeah, Andrea, I'm not worried about it. We'll be shedding things like that. We'll be shedding things like crazy.
Will you have more or less delta V if you use the 909s versus the OP engines?
That's a good question. Let's find out right quick. Look, I can actually offset the weight of a claw with an RTG. That's good to know. An RTG is 0.08 and the claw is 0.075. Nice. I'll take it. Look at that dorsal side, too. Okay. So will we have more... What was the question? Will we have more...
More or less delta V if you use 909s versus the 48.7s.
Alright, so 2515
Yep.
versus... One isn't going to help us. 2433.
Okay, alright.
So 2418 versus 2433? Are those... That's almost the same number, isn't it? Or
It's almost the same number, but you'll have way better thrust to weight.
Yeah, this
that's
thrust to
something
weight
you're
is
looking for.
0.79 versus 1.2. Yeah, let's take the 909s. Plus, somebody said they like 909s, so we'll totally take the 909s. All right, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, fashion up or you'll die. Fashion up or you'll die. Thader, take it easy. Thanks for hanging out. So this is 43 parts right now. And we're going to have that in there. Let's make sure that we're not going to take a hitchhiker. We're not hitting anything with our thrusts, so that's good. In fact, no, we better just leave it this way. OP engines are OP. 909 hype, says Hellion. Okay, so this is all we really need. And the real question is, should we make these drop tanks or not, I wonder.
They look cool. I'd leave them.
Yeah? Should I make them eject, though, or should I just leave them? I think I'll leave them. I think I'll leave him. Still working on his Evecraft. Yeah, we're totally still working on the Evecraft. On top of these tanks, yes. What are we building here and for what? Dave, get some sleep, man. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Okay. I'm totally going to need these. Fuel lines, right? Those are important, as it turns out. Alright, that's 5,000 delta V, but that's without the other stage, so we would do it like this. And the 909s are going to add, what, 200 thrust to 2,500, so not quite 10%. Are those all connected correctly? Yeah, it looks like it. Okay.
Oh, you're gonna leave that thing attached? You're not gonna ditch it?
No, I am going to ditch it. Thank you.
Okay, all right.
Yes, I am totally going to ditch it. I was going to do this number right here. So putting a big stack separator in there and then ditching it like that. Yeah, I was totally going to ditch it. Okay, so that looks good. That's more than enough delta V to get home. And we could actually activate the engines. We would just have to do wacky fuel routing, I think. I wonder if I should use a docking port instead of the big decoupler.
Docking port would allow fuel crossfeed.
Ooh, yes. And it would allow us to keep this in orbit around Eve so that we could build a station off of it if we ever wanted to.
Yep.
So that makes a lot of sense. We could decouple from there. The fuel would crossfeed. We could actually turn these tanks off until we want to go home. So that'll turn them off in symmetry, which is cool. And that looks great. Yeah, look at that. That actually looks really cool. So now we just need to see about we're gonna have a bit of a problem with this because I have plans for these arms here, so I've got to fix this right quick. Ooh, it's almost hitting the claw. Dang it. So I'll do it in double 2x symmetry. And that'll keep it from hitting the claw. Hey, what? No. Why would you ever connect a fuel line to an RCS tank? That doesn't make any sense. Fashion, I guess?
Which direction is your docking port? Is it facing the can, or is it facing
yes, it's facing the can.
Okay. Yeah, he doesn't need to flip the docking port then.
Yeah, the docking port looks good, it looks like. It's facing the can so that the docking port remains on the bigger stage, which will be used for a station fueling. If we want to leave a space station in orbit, yeah. That's the plan, at least. I don't know if it's going to work, but it's the plan. And so I just need to move these down a teeny tiny smidgen. Like that. And that'll let me clean these lines up. Like that. Which looks very fashionable. Okay. Yeah, the tanks are going to be stationed. Phantom Dragon, the tanks are definitely going to be the station. And in fact, just because I'll actually put another docking port on here. Just for future references, right? And I just want to do 1x symmetry there. And that will give us a smaller docking port as well to do fueling or whatever we need to with. Until the rest of the station comes. So we would also need a probe core on there, right? And we can totally do a probe core. And I'm okay with that. Hitting the RTG just a little bit. That'll be okay, probably. As I try to fix it. No, that'll be fine. I don't need to worry about that, and then I need to fix it. Well, the fuel
Why
cost
using the Stay Putnik? Why not the little tiny?
Because it's my thing.
One. Oh, it's your thing.
It's kind of my thing.
Right.
The Stay Putnik is the station core because I love to put one of the Communicatron 8888s on it because I think it looks really cool. That's kind of my thing, I guess.
All right.
So. Alright, so that's all good. What was that? Das, if you're going to make it a station, will you need RCS on there too? Steve Hanley, no, it's basically like a station core. It's like a propulsion and fuel storage core that could be refueled, and it's kind of just the base of a station. It's not going to completely be an entire station in and of itself. That is definitely what I would do with that. Let's move this a little bit out, though. See, don't you hate that? You get to where you can't select a part anymore because it's like clipped into something. And then you have to like find the right way to clip around so that you can get to it. Such annoyances. There we go. That looks better. And then the station, could you put the small Stay Putnik on the opposite docking port? Ooh! Excellion 9. That makes a lot of sense. What, dude, Excellion 9, that's a great idea. That is an absolutely great idea. Instead of doing this, let's just put the Stay Putnik there and we're good to go. Nice, thank you for that one. It's really good that, like, chat has your back most of the time. And I love all the good ideas that come in and that sort of stuff. Okay, can I get it? There we go. That was a great idea. We could totally just put it there instead of having all those shenanigans over there. Awesome. Thank you, Excellion. And then the last thing we're going to need is some solar panels or something. Are you going to put different size docking ports on all four sides? Nah, we're not going to do that. It's totally, yeah, it is. It is totally my thing. I have it on everything, Volgar was saying.
Yep, I saw that.
It's like Frank's Red Hot Sauce. You know the slogan for Frank's Red Hot Sauce?
Put it on everything? I don't know what it is.
No, that's what it is. Put that shit on everything.
Oh. Oh.
So I totally was going to do this with these and use this as a structural member for supporting the lander on top, which I think is a winning move. So anything else? It makes a great team name. Nice. So anything else I need to do on here? Chat, did I forget anything else? This doesn't have any power generation, I know. Anything else, chat? Let me know. Because it's totally chat's fault if I screw something up here.
Yeah, it's totally chat's fault.
It is totally chat's fault. Well, so what do? We just hang out. Ooh, that went too far. I'm giving chat some time right now. Yeah, Nakaflock has got it. Put a decoupler at the engine too so you can make it a station later. I'm actually going to leave the engine down there, and the engine will actually be used to move the station around or whatever you need. Mythican, how are you going to save this as a subassembly? Like that. It's got green glue on it, Andreas, so since we have that, we can totally save it as a subassembly. That is a legitimate strategy. And we could do something like... Should I put Gigantors on it just because it's a station? No. No, DOS. Don't put Gigantors on it. Just shut up and ship it. Every now and then. That looks good. Alright. Don't forget power for the station. Volgar got it. Thank you. I did get it. I mean, we could put like a big... we won't put a battery pack or anything. We're just going to put like a miniature battery pack in here. There is our dorsal battery. No. 1x symmetry, please. There we go. Dude, Riffatai and Sample Space. Thanks for the follows, guys. I appreciate it. We are building a transfer stage to take an Eve lander out to Eve. And we're overdoing it just a little bit, but what can you do? Except overdoing it. Alright, 4963. Did we increase the thrust? It averaged the ISP. The thrust is 2700, so we did get that. And it's not going to use that fuel at all, so because that's our fuel to go home. So now we just need to... Anything else? Monoprop storage for the station. Roboto, we don't need it there. We're going to bring additional parts to the station. Maybe that would be a good idea, though. You're killing me. You're killing me. It will, Darth Andrea, it will have green glue on the engine bell after I connect this, and that becomes the new leaf part. So I'll connect this to the lifter, or to the ship, and then I'll get green glue down there after I do that. That will work. Landing gears. No landing gears. I do like the idea of a little bit of monoprop storage for the station. Am I terrible, Shimmy?
Yeah. We just wanted an interplanetary transfer stage. Now it's
all
a
we
station.
needed.
Yeah. It's got to be fashionable.
It's got to be
monoprop
fashionable.
storage.
Just in case, you never know.
While you're at it, you might as well leave put another can on this or something, just in case we get a Kerbal stuck in orbit.
Just in case a Kerbal needs to live there for a little while.
Yeah.
And I'm totally going to get that out of the way of that docking port. On a ship this large, I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about that. Okay. Okay. I think this is good. I think this is good. Let's go ahead and save this as the light lander. The KSE Eve returner. I'll just save it as the Eve returner. Save it. Overwrite it. And we're still going to need to get this thing to orbit. Home landing parachutes. Twitch plays DOS. Is such a problem. I think you could totally do a powered landing on Kerbin. I think you could totally do a powered landing on Kerbin. Where's the Eve lander? We're up to 260 parts. I really don't want to get... Your station needs reaction wheels. It's just a station core. It's not a full station, it's just a station. Look how far we've come. We started with this nonsense. And then we're actually going to throw that away, and we're going to add in the new nonsense, the Eve returner. Like that. So that looks pretty good, I think. And the question is, how much delta V does that have? Oh no. Oh, it remembers the stage that it's in, and it doesn't add it to the bottom of the tree. You know? It adds it into the same stage, so you have to go and redo everything. Oh, okay.
You know how to fix that, right?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Wait, is there a better way than what I'm doing? What's your way of fixing it?
Well, basically, whenever you create a subassembly, just like add 10 blank stages at the top,
Oh.
and then save that. Sometimes that helps. I've been having problems with it
That makes
lately, but
sense.
in the history, basically you add 10 blank stages, save it, and then when you load it, it's gonna start with stage 10 and lower.
I gotcha.
Oh.
Okay, cool.
10 or more, whatever. 10's a good number to start with.
I gotcha. That's a good idea. I never thought of that. Nice. All right. So what else did I need to do? I needed to fix the staging so I could see what the delta V is. So where are these engines at? Way at the top in stage 1. Yep. And I need to bring the entire thing down to the bottom like that. Yep. Okay. So now what do we have in terms of delta V on the very bottom stage? Stage 10. Kerbal Engineer doesn't actually go that high. It only goes to stage 7 apparently. That's not a normal thing, is it? I've never
No,
seen
that's
that
not a
before.
normal thing.
That's a
You might,
reload.
yeah, you might want to just remove the KR2L and add a new one.
Okay, let's see if
Sometimes
that
that helps.
kicks it over. Yeah, we'll give that a
Yeah.
try. Let me remember to shut this stuff right quick. Nope. 4x symmetry, please. Before I forget, I totally want to strut this stuff. Alright. And is the Kerbal going to be able to get out? Yes, he is. Okay, good. It's skipping stages with no delta V. Yeah, but it would still say stage. It would still say stage 10 over here. If we do all stages, look, it's locked at 0. Where is the decoupler? Oh, maybe the decoupler is causing a problem. Where is this separator? Maybe we just need to move the separator down. That fixed it. Yeah, I just had to move the separator to the right place. There we go. Okay. This is only 2,000 meters per second of delta V on the transfer stage now, though. That's not enough. That is not enough.
Well, to go to Eve is what?
Let's see here. We could just look at the best case scenario, but we're definitely going to want more. Can you imagine aero braking this nonsense?
Yeah, why not? You got trajectories, right?
Yes, I do have trajectories.
You're not gonna do
but-
that? You don't? You're not gonna aero brake?
I am going to aero brake, but can you imagine what it's going to do when we tell it to aero brake?
It's gonna be awesome. Is what it's gonna be, and you're gonna get it right the first time because you got trajectories. Not one of my streams.
Yeah, no. Trajectories has been a little bit liey lately. It's very good around Kerbin, but it's not very good around other places. Back to nukes. No, the nukes isn't going to help us. The nukes isn't going to help us. More fuel on this stage is what's going to help us. Albin, Das, this stuff is fascinating to me, but I'm too new to KSP to know what in the world has been going on. Albin, we've actually got a craft. This entire craft, its sole purpose in life is landing on Eve and coming back from landing on Eve. This little teeny tiny craft in between here, its purpose is to get the Kerbals home from Eve, the Kerbals home from Eve. And in this transfer stage here, this is to get it all to Eve. So that's what we're trying to do. I could always just add more fuel in a drop configuration, I guess. Dad, blame it. How much would we get from just adding one tank? Let's look. $22.10. And to get to Eve, let's go to image viewer, image list. Where's our subway map? That's annoying. Click through.
Albin wants to know what a transfer stage is.
Ah, it's the stage that transfers you from low Kerbin orbit to low Eve orbit. That's what we're going for with the transfer stage.
Basically, the part of the rocket that allows you to go from one planet to another, and that's not including the launching and landing sort of it. So it's kind of like a bus or something. You know, so you walk to the bus station, and then you get on the bus, and the bus is taking you from one station to another, and the stations are different orbits, maybe. I don't
Yeah,
know.
exactly. Yes. So, Shimmy, has anyone ever gotten an Eve intercept for 80 delta V?
Well, it's not E. It's the
It's 950 plus 80, right?
Yeah, 950 plus 80.
So for just
Oh, you
over
could-
1,000?
Yeah, if the things line up properly, but they probably don't. If I go and take a look at this,
The window planner or something?
no, it's a different one that tells the amount, including the the maximum plane change.
Darth Andrea says a transfer stage is a very complicated financial tool used by the government to take your money and put it into deep space. Technically, that should be enough for an Eve transfer stage, if we can find it. I think I'm just going to go with it. Go with it.
My notes here say the maximum plane change that you'd ever have to do is 430.
Okay.
So basically it would be the just over 1,000 plus 430.
So that's not bad. That's 1,500 and
Yeah.
I got 2,200.
But then you have to stop at Eve, which is another
your
sum.
channel.
Yeah, another sum.
Hello.
That's right.
Command centered
Dude,
on
Slim, what's going on, man?
91.3 The Beach.
Hello, hello, friends.
Did you
Hello.
finish your stream?
Oh yeah, I finished about an hour ago.
Nice. Excellent. Oh, yeah, that's right. You hosted me about an hour ago, which I appreciate. Thank you, dude.
Of course, man.
We're trying to get this thing to Eve. It looks like a very serious rocket, and I'm hoping that my computer will be able to part count it. You know?
So are you aero braking or not? 'Cause
I'm aero
that's-
braking.
You're aero braking? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I'm totally going to
Alright.
try to aero brake. Because I don't
Then
have
this'll
deadly
work.
reentry or anything.
Yeah. This will work then.
So 22,
Just get.
10 will work.
Yep.
It could carry so much more fuel, though. You know what I'm really thinking here, Shimmy?
Oh no.
No. We just need it. We've got it, right? We
Uh-huh.
really need the buffer. Let's see how this looks. Very pancakey. That actually looks terrible. Never mind. That's a dumb idea. 'Tis a silly place. How much fuel does that carry? 1620? So if we did like these, I'm just trying to come up with something to give it just a little bit more delta V, you know? That actually tucks in okay, I guess. And how much delta V do we get from doing that? 2563. And where are those decouplers? In the wrong place, so that's a big deal. So we get an extra 429. That brings us up to a 2606 from that. 2606. That's not too shabby. That's not too shabby. What do you think? You think, Shimmy? Think I should do it?
Yeah. Just go and do it.
I mean, it's... Just go ahead and do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, the real wacky thing is that we could just build a small lifter and refuel this thing in orbit. Right?
Yeah, but that's tedious. Just do it in one go.
Just do it in one go.
Yeah.
What is our part count at? Parts 306. So can we get a lifter that will ditch? This is what we need. 2606 to get out to Eve. All right. That looks good. Now we just need to build a lifter. Go ahead.
Albin's asking, what is delta V?
Ooh, you want to take that while I build?
Delta V, in a way, in a simplified way, it's just saying how much fuel you have. But in a more complicated way, it's saying how well you are able to change your velocity. So, say I'm in a spaceship and I'm at 0 meters a second, and then I use all my fuel to thrust forward to up to 500 meters a second. You could say that my spacecraft has a delta V of 500 meters a second. And delta V is very